I think two people in the same place, they're using whoever has scratched, can you please remove the scratches? You can remove it actually.
Let me check, Proj, if I can remove it.
Ajnanatimirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Sya Sri Rupam Zagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parajana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Sya He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sate Pranamami Panchakalpatarabhyasya Kripa Sindhabhya Vachpatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Mukam Karati Vachalam Pangam Langayate Kripatamam Vande Shigaram Hope everyone is doing well. We are just continuing from where we left off. You know? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Correct. Thank you. Do you see the scratches on the screen? Blue scratches?
Yes,
Probably I'm trying to remove that, Proj.
Somebody, whoever has done it, they can remove it. Somebody, whoever has put it, they can very easy. Our best thing is what I will do. I will drop and I will. Yeah. Ajay, bro, I removed it. Okay.
Oh, okay, Proj. Thank you, Proj.
So last week, so how do you practice Bhakti Yoga in the family life, whether you're single or married? How do you practice it? You know, we are seeing that. So Arjuna, we already saw that Arjuna was not a sannyasi. Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. He did not speak to Bhishma, who is an old grandfather, or he did not speak. He did not speak Bhagavad Gita to Dronacharya, who was very old. He spoke Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was very young. Arjuna was married. He had children. He was a warrior and he was a politician. So Bhagavad Gita is meant for youth, you know, to organize their lifestyle, you know, to make the life better. You know, sometimes people say we don't have time. You know, this life and death question. Human life is very rare. You know, what makes difference in our lives is knowledge. You know, if you understand the importance of education, you'll study. If you understand the importance of human life, you'll utilize it, right? So no, we have to make time. Arjun made time in such a battle, you know. So spirituality was not a retirement program. I told the story also of an old man. Sometimes people think I'll read Gita in the old age. It doesn't work because our brain was by that time saturated with so many material impressions. We will not find so much. Even if we come to spiritual path, we will not find so much taste actually. because of the previous impressions that we have accumulated. So let me tell you one thing, there is no guarantee for tomorrow, only today. So what should I do now? So, for example, a person who is sick goes to hospital and meets the doctor and receives the treatment, and whatever doctor tells him to do, he will do, and that's it. He'll finish the treatment. Sometimes you go to the hospital, doctor says, hey, you're very absolutely all right. But the doctor says, no, you need immediately, you need to be admitted. So what happened? No, the reports are not promising at all. So when you went there, then they'll perform surgery, and and then you have to abstain eating certain foods, and then few days later you are normal. Actually one time I took Peter Barwash, one of the famous tennis players, to the hospital. Doctor told him, you are 1 meal away from heart attack. So when should I admit? He said, today. It's great that you're still alive. Really? So likewise, so what should we do now? We learned we are pure spirit soul, right? But now we got this temporary body of 206 bones, blood, flesh, and marrow. That's not what we are. So it is something what, so the way a patient goes to hospital, we should also come to spirituality, So what should a diseased person do? A person who has sickness, accept we are sick. First accept, the patient has to accept he's sick. Then only go to hospital. Likewise, can you believe we have greed, envy, anger, pride, ego, illusion? So yes, we have sickness, no doubt. What is this? What are the symptoms of our disease? 4 plus 3, 4 problems, 3 miseries. No one can avoid. One is we take birth. Sometimes people say happy birthday. Is it really happy birthday? Head down, feet up for 9 months. And the mother will be, very difficult crying because of the pains. Then we come out with all the substances. That is happy birthday. So 9 months, head down, feet up. This I said, number 8, infinity. Or even if we, so birth is not such a great thing, being present in the womb of the mother for 9 months. Somebody tells you, I'll give you 1 crore, sit in a closed bag for 9 months. Can you sit down? You will not sit down for 9 minutes. But we all sat for 9 months and we are getting ready again to sit in the womb of the mother. That is first problem. Second problem is death. We have to leave our very dear family members, leave our bank accounts, leave our affiliations, leave our designations, and go to a different place. Don't know where we are going, don't know why we are going, don't know how we are going. The second thing is old age. In the youth, everyone enjoys. I'm this body, amazing, Haribol, enjoy. But we have pancreas, we have liver, we have intestines, we have so many machines. These machines, they have to be in a perfect condition so that we can enjoy. You all know very well, a cell phone works 6 to 7 years. A computer works again 5-6 years. A table works for 40 years. Same, the body works 70, 80, 90 years. 100 years, not more than that. Then, you're putting the food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The intestines, we are getting tired. We have a problem digesting. There's a grinder inside. Then the old age starts. One day you need glasses. One day we need what is that? The teeth are dentured, and so many. Body is a machine. Then we'll try to slowly protect it until the last day. That starts from age 50. Okay, chapter is closed. Only to open the chapter again. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Punarapi janani jatrayasayana. In between diseases come. We don't need to wait for old age to get the diseases. In between diseases come. Very difficult. Corona, we all have an idea. So, okay, these four problems no one can avoid. Krishna says, there is another one, Arjuna, misery, adhyatmika. In Telugu, there is a word called tapatrayam. How many of you know this word, tapatrayam, and Telugu people? Do you know the word tapatrayam? Unmute and speak.
Yes, Guruji.
So, tapatrayam is actually, it is a Bhagavad Gita word spoken by Krishna. Tapa traya. Traya means three. Trivida tapa. In India, tapatrayam, in Telugu, tapatrayam means he's struggling basically. But according to Bhagavad Gita, tapatrayam means adhyatmika misery. Misery due to mind and body. You know, mind, even if you have everything, mind shows something that you don't have and makes you unhappy. That is called adhyatmika misery. Then, even if you are doing very well, your mind is good, your body is good, there is one person in the world who gives you trouble. Somebody is there who is giving you trouble right now. If nobody is there, your mosquitoes or neighbor's dog keeps on barking in the night, you can't sleep. This is called so trouble coming from neighbor, another living entity is called atibhautika misery. And atidaivika misery means natural disturbance. The misery due to nature, like in India, in a month, it will be very hot. You know, in America, in January, February, it's very cold. December, November, it's very cold. You know, so you can call Corona actually as a Atidaivika misery also. Ati Bhautika misery, also Ati Daivika misery. So an approach a right dog, approach a hospital. Okay, we are sick. Sick means what? We are pure spirit soul, but we are encaged with we are covered with the human body. That has a 4 + 3 7 problems. Then approach a hospital. What is a hospital? I'm just giving an analogy. So what is a hospital? How to realize, self-realize you're not the body but a spirit soul? For that, we need to, temple is not for, many people think temple as a hotel. Temple is not a hotel. They go 11 rupees and give me US visa. Abhishek, okay, tomorrow results are coming. 30 rupees, you take this. Now it's not 30 rupees, of course. Maybe 100 rupees, you do Archana. Or marriage, my daughter marriage has to happen. Take 200 rupees, my lord, please. Nowadays, people are not even going to temple putting money because things are not happening. No, temple is not a hotel. Temple is a hospital. So when you go to, what is the difference? You go to hotel, you say, I want puri, idli, dosa, for my children, this one, for spouse, this one. That is choice. That is hotel. But temple is hospital. You don't go and tell the doctor, I don't want operation, but I want injection or I want some pill. Doctor decides. So temple is a hospital, spiritual hospital. You can make your home temple actually. Honestly speaking, the entire session is about making your home, making your home a spiritual place. make your home a spiritual place. Honestly speaking, the person, this Prabhu, is a doctor actually in America. You know, but can you believe he is, he took initiation, he had a guru. He not only made his home hospital, not only made his home a temple, a spiritual hospital, but though he's physically a doctor, he made his home also a spiritual hospital, temple. You know, to get rid of the concept, I'm this body, but to get rid of that concept and I want to really spirit soul, we need to go through a process. You know, now he's retired and he has been guru in his class. Somebody please mute actually. So actually now he's retired now and he has become a guru in ISKCON actually. You know, so approach a right hospital means what? So hospital you will see based on, by seeing the flags, you will know what it is, right? If you see a flag on the, government, any government see flag, then you will see it's a government building. But today, what do we see? We see antennas, TV antennas actually. And in your home, we give the most important place to TV actually. Instead of putting God, we put TV. Honestly speaking, nowadays nobody sees TV because everyone has cell phones. Today I don't have time, I want to put that. Everyone has cell phones. Everyone in their rooms, they have computer and cell phones, they watch TV in that only. People don't even come down. Japan has this big disease. Children cannot connect with parents. They're very lonely. So what 800 years of Mughal rule has not done to spoil Indian culture, 200 years of British rule has not done to spoil Indian culture, 20 years of MTV, ZTV, cell phones, and they all came and ruined Indian culture. How many of you agree? Do you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji, sure.
In the home only Maya, children watch. Actually, do you know this? I'm sorry to tell you. Mark Twain said, they're like 50 years, 60 years ago, in the area of spirituality, only one millionaire exists, that is India. He said that. There is no second millionaire, not Europe, not America. Only one millionaire. If you want to learn spirituality, you want to learn Bhakti, go to India. But today, 50, 60 years later, Google is laughing. India is spiritual, we don't agree. Google, India is cheating everyone in the world. So you'll say, why? Google is a search engine. 94% of Indians, searches from the subcontinent, Indian subcontinent, they are based on pornography. Hare Krishna. 90 out of 100 people, 94 people are watching pornography through cell phones. Do you think after watching like that, they'll remain Prahlad? Or they will remain, what do you call it? Sati Savitri? No, they will do wrong things. So today, and I have a request for all of you. If you do not consider the role of Surpanaka in the abduction of Sita by Ravana, you are actually doing a big, you're missing the puzzle. Surpanaka role is very big. Likewise, there's cell phones, internet, the movies, pornography, they all have a big role in making the women and the lives of children insecure in India. Nobody speaks on this. You know? How many of you agree? Let us be honest.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Only one? Huh? So it's deadly dangerous. This is, it's a very dangerous disease. Whole world is going through, and India is not immune from it. Spirituality is more important than ever before. Bhakti is more relevant than ever before. Otherwise, in America, people say America, America, America. What America? 1996, there's a shooting. Children go to school. There is no guarantee until they come back home, because America guns are sold. You can buy guns anywhere. So many children are killed in the schools. Hare Krishna. Why? Hollywood. Because Hollywood movies, before a child, goes to college, if he has watched 2 hours of TV every day, he must have watched 100,000 acts of violence, 1 lakh acts of violence, at least 10,000 rapes and molestations, and 8,000 murders. This is 22 years ago TV, and I mean research analysis by European Union, not 2022. It must be 10 times more now. So who will stop? Then when the problem comes, we give some reason, I was not there, something like that. No, I could not protect. No, that is very important. Should I continue?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
So
Yes, Prabhuji.
now what we do, and sometimes, family, even family members, many, actually majority of the youth in India, 40% of youth, they don't speak to their, especially boys, they don't talk to fathers. They don't have good relationships. And who is the bonding factor in the home, especially in, what do you call, rich families? Dog. 2, 3 children, they love the dog, and parents also love the dog. Who is the bonding factor? Because they don't worship God. Dog is the center. Hare Krishna. No, not like that. Can you see the screen? If you make, there's a pond. If everyone starts throwing stones, every ripple will clash. In other words, there will be difference of opinions, quarrel at home. But imagine everyone starts throwing at one place, then the ripples will distribute very uniformly. The moral is not the dog, keep Krishna in the center. Then you'll have nice relationships. You'll have healthy relationships. You'll have loving relationships, actually. So, if you keep Krishna in the center, then home becomes a temple, spiritual hospital. So, even if you may have disagreements, no. If I respect my spouse, Krishna will be happy. If I respect, if I take good care of my children, take good care of my family, Krishna will be happy. My Guru Maharaj says, even if you correct your son or daughter, in your mind, you should know you're their servant. If everyone says, I am your servant, Prabhu tells Mataji, I am your servant, Mataji tells Prabhuji, I am your servant, and children tell the parents, we are your servants. Wow, happiness. Right? But this does not happen overnight. And I'm not telling you some ethereal theory. We have been applying it in America. So many hundreds of families, thousands of families, not just Indians, whether, maybe European, maybe, what is it, North American, South American, and Australian, the formula worked wonders because Vedic culture is a panacea. So many problems. Is a solution for so many problems. Then you will say, then, but I'm not telling wishy-washy spirituality. Very sincere process. Make your home a temple means, okay, come and, evening, come together and do arti together. Come together, read Bhagavad Gita together. I'll show that, of course. Do mantra meditation together. And, genuinely, not like, I also used to recite in my childhood, Hanuman Chalisa, Vishnu Sahasram, Sivastati, Lingashtakam, what is that? Sundarakanda. But, I want to finish and go. Exams are coming, worship Saraswati. You want health, do, what is that? Navagraha Stotra or Ganesha. Not like that. Spiritual bhakti means one-pointed attention, no need to ask. You parents, what is good for children? Who knows better? Parents know better. So likewise, you don't need to ask when there's a different point. But the point I'm making is, I'm trying to tell you a very, very sincere process, because I'm not, if you try to alter it, then the results will also alter. The results will change. So approach when you go to hospital, what is very important thing in the hospital? Meet a doctor, So doctor, when it comes to spirituality, Swami Prabhupada, he came for in our tradition, Prabhupada came to, doctor means a guru should come. We need a guru, spiritual guru. If you want to get rid of our envy, greed, anger, lust, pride, we need a spiritual master. Swami Prabhupada came to America at the age of 70 with 40 rupees and started, in this Bhakti tradition in International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And what we should give credit to him for having transformed drug addicts, not elite Americans. And he started his organization with 40 rupees at the age of 70. Actually, our temple head is an American, which she has been practicing. She has been practicing bhakti, past 50 plus years. So I probably left probably 1977, 45 years ago. But still she's continuing. Bhakti is very satisfying if you find little taste. Even if you find the taste, if you start it with a little shraddha, faith, you'll go very far. So now he left, his disciples are there, they're continuing. So Guru should be living. Sometimes people say, you take Prabhupada as Guru. No. Then take Krishna as Guru. That doesn't work. Guru should be living. Samit panim tadvijnanardam sagurum evabhigachet. Samit panim srotriyam brahmanishtam. So Mundakopanishad says this. You need a Guru who should train you. So Guru should be living. So Prabhupada, it's called parampara, succession. So tradition is sampradaya. Padma Puran says sampradaya vihina he mantraste nishpalamata. So if the Guru doesn't have a bona fide sampradaya, then the mantra he gives becomes useless. Yes, we have a sampradaya coming directly from Krishna. Krishna gave knowledge to Brahma. Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adikavaye Muhyanti et Surya. So Krishna gave the Vedic knowledge to Brahma. First chapter Bhagavatam, first verse. So Brahma gave that knowledge to Narada. Narada gave it to Vyasa. Vyasa gave it to Madhvacharya, 13th century. Vyasadeva is still there in Badrika Ashram, Upper Himalayas. Madhvacharya went there and learned, acquired knowledge. Sarod Vyasadeva and acquired knowledge. So we are a lineage coming from Madhva. And in that lineage, Lord Chaitanya came. It's not different. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, in Krishna's incarnation in this age. So in that process, Prabhupada came to America. He said, I am a 32nd guru in the lineage coming directly from God himself. So what is that? For supposing somebody is on the tree and mango tree, you say that mango is very good, throw it. So he'll throw it and you cannot catch it, it will fall down. Then what happens? You cannot eat it. It falls in the mud. But that person says, no. I will give that mango. And imagine there are like 6 people on the same tree. And he gives that mango to the next person, he gives the next one. Finally, the person in the last branch will bend and give it to you. Then the mango is not spoiled. Likewise, these acharyas, same thing, One more example is in America, we have, recall, Niagara. Niagara, electricity is, is generated. But in your home also, there is an electrical connection. But in between, from Niagara to your home, there are what? There are electrical poles carrying the wires. That wire, whatever the electricity that's generated, these electrical poles, in electric poles, they carry that. Electric poles don't manufacture. They carry the electricity generated in the I request somebody to please mute. Really Malayan providing. So anyway, so what is that? Then in your home, there is an electrical connection. I don't know how you're feeling, but when I heard first time, I got a feeling I should change. Usually I cannot even sit for 15 minutes. I would sit for 2-3 hours. That is a proof that you're listening from a bona fide parampara, and I should change. I should become better. Time is running out. So all these acharyas, Krishna is like Niagara, but these acharyas are like poles, carrying that wire, same message. Prabhupada said, in India, there are 600 versions of Bhagavad Gita. Somebody says, you're God, I'm God, everybody is God. Somebody says, my parents are God. Somebody says, my country is God. Yeah, somebody said that. My country is God. Somebody said, yeah, no, God is not there. So from Bhagavad Gita only, Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna on the battlefield. Somebody said, no, Bhagavad Gita means Pandavas means, your good deeds in your heart, and good dog and bad dog in your heart. Kauravas are bad dog. Your battlefield is your heart. It's some analogy. Where is it written? No. Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago in the battlefield. If you go to Punjab today, Jyotisar, that is a place under the banyan tree, even the tree is there today. Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. So anyway, the point I'm making is you need to have a guru living, very important. Sometimes we say that Baba is the guru. No, Baba is not there. Second thing is Baba is easy that, is he coming from a bona fide parampara, lineage? Then only we'll have transformation. Otherwise, okay, I need to get a job, I need to buy a home, I need to find that guru. We don't use guru for that. We use guru for making a spiritual progress, not finding a, what is that? We don't use guru for getting good fortune, definitely not. Any question on this? And parampara, otherwise we'll go forward. Anyone has any question? Should we go forward? So, so what is that? And then, doctor will tell you, can you see what do you see on the screen?
No, Prabhuji, we can.
Can't see anything? Okay. Can you, what do you see now?
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay.
It,
So then, okay, you have seen the doctor, you approach it, then doctor, what doctor will tell you? He'll test you, and he says he writes the medication. And what is very important aspect of seeing a doctor, following the medication. I mean, whatever he tells, he prescribes us to, take, we should take it, right? You're all listening, the class is probably 4 or 5 weeks, right? Maybe more than that. How many weeks now? So, okay, you take a leave, you go to hospital, you take leave and you go to hospital, you see the doctor tells you to go through MRI, all these things, and then finally he assess, he will, I'll diagnose your disease, and he'll say, no, you don't need, any operation, but this medicine is fine. It is only the tumor is benign, not malignant. No, no need to worry. You go to the pharmacy, you buy the tablets, but if you don't apply that, if you don't take the pills, what is the use? I'm sure so many doctors in the call. Do you all agree? What is important in listening? What is important after listening? Anybody? Implement application. If the application is not there, what is the use of listening the theory? You'll forget, and I know it is proven 1 hour after this class, you may retain 20-30%. By next day morning, 95% is lost. And 1 week later, you forgot everything. You forget everything actually. So the point I'm making is implementation. Thank you, Mataji. So so many weeks of listening, we have finally come to the application, implementation. So let us actually I want to know what is that. Certain things you need to avoid, but that's not important actually. What is very important? Because Swami Prabhupada came to America, he preached to drug addicts. Because they will meet anybody in 5 minutes and they enjoy sensual, man and woman. No, that's America. So today let us focus on treatment. Treatment means what is that? A, B, C, D. A for association. Can somebody read that? A means what? Can you read?
Association, good and bad association.
That's it. 24 into 7 is 168 hours. Unfortunately, I was there 2 times in Hyderabad. Of course, all glories to Corona, and we have a Zoom call. And so, what is that? 24 into 7 is 168 hours. 166 hours. Many times I tell this, life is a triangle. 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. 8 hours is a career, material life. Some hours out of 8 is a social life, hang on with family, kids, relatives, colleagues, social life. Today we have these 2 lines, but this is missing. What is this line? The spirit, your sirs and ma'ams, you're a spirit soul. You need to have spiritual life. And not like tutu mantra, many Indians, they recite stotras, they don't know the meaning. Same thing, it's many children, they say, we know Bhagavad Gita by heart. Krishna Prabhupada says, and even, did you understand 1 verse and apply? What is important? Application. So my point to you is 24 into 67, 168 hours, you have social life, some social life, you have some material social life, social life, and you have spiritual life. Come like this and listen. Association, Sangha, and listen. So when we associate, I'm speaking, you're listening, you can ask questions, I'll answer. Or sometime later you can speak, I'll listen. But this is a process. And as a teacher, I'm trying to impart the education, knowledge, and you learn. But don't change anything. Don't need to give up anything. Sthane sita shrutikata tanuvan manobhira. Stay where you are. But with Krishna said. Okay. So what is that? Association. Shakespeare says, show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are. If your friends are drunkards, womanizers, you're invariably a drunkard and womanizer. If your friends are devotees, you're a nice devotee. Your friends are politicians, definitely you'll have taste for politics and you'll become a politician. So on the picture of two parrots here. So one hunter, what he did, he sold 2 parrots. They're brothers actually, these parrots. So the first family came, he said, look, they're brothers, once in a year at least they should meet. So he sold the first parrot to the first family. This family, they're very good people, nice devotees. Whenever somebody would come, hey, please come. What will you eat? Please take this little bit. Hope you're well. How is life? So this, is very comforting, very, affectionate, very caring. That family, very caring family. The parrot picked up those words. Please come. How are you? Sit down. Please eat this. How is life? How can I help you? The second parrot was sold to another hunter. The second hunter took the parrot home and he would use all the bad words, and the second parrot picked up all the bad words. So when year was over, as per the agreement, the 2 parrots were brought together. First parrot said, brother, how are you? Come. How is life? How can I serve you? So come and sit down. Second parrot started speaking all the bad words. You are what you associate with. You're listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So have come like this and learn about the intricacies of your life. Learn the goal of life and apply. Iron rod in the association of fire becomes red hot. Iron rod if you put it in the refrigerator, it becomes ice cold. You are what you associate with. You are what you associate with. Right? So we need to hang on with the devotees. Prasangam majaram pasam atmano kavayo vidha saiva sadhu sukruta moksha dwaram apavrutam. Bhagavatam says, if you associate with the devotees, the doors for liberation, they're open. Apavrutam. So if you hang on with the devotees, the doors for liberation, they are open. What is that? Sadhu Sangha, Sarvasastra koi lavamatra sadhu Sangha sarvasiddho hai. If you have the association of 1/11th of a second of a sadhu, you'll attain the perfection of your life. Right? We need to have the association of devotees on regular basis. Association doesn't mean sitting close. Listen. And implement. Listen, implement as it is. That is association. Then you'll be like fire. Second thing, B for books. Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna. The principles of life. Bhagavatam contains the stories of devotees who applied the principles of life and have attained the perfection, and they speak about Krishna. 18 volumes, 12 cantos, that is Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna, Bhagavatam was spoken by devotees about Krishna. Bhagavatam also contains the life histories of those kings, majority of the kings actually, how they have applied the principles of Bhagavad Gita and how they have attained the perfection in their lives. So instead of reading nonsense, rubbish books, we should read spiritual books. Then very important, see chant. when American ladies were inspired by Swami Prabhupada and started chanting, they would tell their husbands, chant, chant, chant. Husbands will say, can't. Not like that. You have a bank account 50 years later, that will be there, but we won't be there. Create a bank account that will come with you. Swalpa 2.40. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahatobhayat. Even if you chant one mantra, it'll save you. And Kali Yuga, Narayana Upanishad says this. What is the process of Kali Yuga? Kalau tad hari kirtanat. Prate dhyato Vishnu tretayam yajito makai. Dvaparo parichariyayam kalau tad hari kirtanat. If you follow the process prescribed, that is prescribed for that particular yuga age, you'll attain the perfection. So in Satyuga, people would live 100,000 years, 1 lakh years. That time, you can leave the family, go to forest and meditate. Dhyayate Vishnu. In Treta Yuga, Lord Ramchandra time, what is the process? Yajna. What is the process? Yajna. See, Raman serial, they will do yajna. Because that was the process for self-realization those days. Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, puja, Krishna time. You choose a murti and do arti, upacharas, cook food and offer. But Kali Yuga, you don't need to even, you don't need to do puja. Kali Yuga, very simple. Hari Kirtana, the chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I showed these beads in Lakshminarayan Prabhu and Dr. Prabhu and Swarupa Mataji's home that day. These beads, they represent 108, they have 108 beads, they represent 108 Upanishads. They also represent 108 gopis, pure devotees. What are the topmost devotees in the entire history of Vedic culture? Gopis, Gopikas. So the beads represent, and it's usually Tulsi beads, and if not initiated, any beads is fine actually. So this is the mudra, thumb and middle. You hold like this and chant. And this mantra, this is actually given in Kalisantrana Upanishad. Because, people, we don't live so long. Treta Yuga, people would live 10,000 years, 1 0 dropped. Dwapara Yuga, 1 more 0 dropped, 1,000 years. Kali Yuga, only 100 years. Nobody lives 100 years. If you live 100 years, your photo will come in the paper. Right? So, the time is less. But we need to attain perfection. So Narmani went and asked Brahma, Father, Kali is approaching. How can the people of Kali Yuga be delivered? Brahma said in Kalisantrana Upanishad, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Iti Shodasakam Namnam Kali Kalmashanasanam Nadaha Parataropaya Saravedesha Drushate. The 16 word, 32 syllable mantra, this will destroy the pernicious effects of Kali Yuga. What are the effects of Kali Yuga? Quarrel and hypocrisy. And what it will do? It will cleanse your heart. It will awaken the love of God. Bhagavat Prema. Not just liberation. When your love of God is awakened, liberation is included. You have 20 rupees, you already 10 rupees, you have 15 rupees, right? Likewise, if you attained the love of God, Krishna Prema, you're already liberated. So that's why Lord Chaitanya, what he did, understanding the efficacy, he took this mantra from Kalisantrana Upanishad, he infused the love of God in that mantra, and he gave it to the public and said, just chant. Up to that time, the Brahmins, books were accessible to only Brahmins. But Lord Chaitanya said, no, everyone should have access to the mantra at least. So sometimes people ask, it's always Hare Rama, why Hare Krishnas, they chant Hare Krishna. If you chant Hare Krishna, if you chant with Hare Rama, it will remove quarrel and hypocrisy. But if you chant Hare Krishna, it will remove quarrel and hypocrisy, plus it will cleanse your heart and awaken the love of God. That's the difference. But it's called a Mahamantra. Man means mind, Tra means liberates. Manastrayata iti mantra. Mantra cleanses and controls your mind. We all have experience, we cannot control our mind, right? Mantra controls our mind, liberates us from the mind, right? So, there is no other way. There is another verse in Brahmanardi Purana. Brahma says again, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, eva kevalam, kalava nasteva, 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 gatrangada. In the age of Kali Yuga, nothing works. Harinam is the only way, only way, only way. I mean, use people do a different process. Clearly it is said they don't work. What works? Harinam only. Hare Krishna mantra only. Very important. Lord Chaitanya, for that reason, he gave this, Lord Chaitanya is incarnation of Kali Yuga, and we just celebrated Lord Chaitanya's appearance last Thursday, actually. Today, Saturday, 2 days ago, right? So, the next one is a diet, prasad. Prasad means what? I have a question for everyone. If there are no rains for 10 years, no sunshine for 10 months, can you manufacture one grain, one food grain, one wheat grain, a piece of rice in the laboratory? No. Can you manufacture a carrot, a beetroot? No, we cannot manufacture. So, Krishna says in Gita, he gives foodstuffs through nature. And he uses intelligence to make money to buy those foodstuffs. And sometimes food is very good, we eat it, stomach full, we are eating. But Krishna says, I am the digestive fire. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninan Deham Ashrita. We are eating, we are enjoying, he is digesting. Tell thank you. How to tell thanks? Krishna says in Gita, offer foodstuffs to me. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yame Bhaktya Priyachati Tadaham Bhakti Upahuratam Asnami Priyatatmana. Sometimes people say, prasad is available only if you go to temple. No, you can make prasad in your home. Ladies and gentlemen, provision Mataji, keep a plate like that. And separate plate for Krishna. Bowl rice for one bowl for rice, one bowl for sabji, one bowl for one plate. Like that you keep separate bowls. Don't touch them. Use them only exclusively for offering. And as soon as you cook, put a vegetarian. Krishna says patram pusham phalantoyam. If you're a non-vegetarian, don't offer it. Just offer vegetarian. Whatever you cooked, rice is vegetarian. Yogurt is vegetarian. Sometimes people say only festivals. Will you feed your children only in festivals? Right? You feed them every day. So if you take Krishna as your son, he'll become your son. If you take Krishna as your friend, he'll become your friend. If you take Krishna as your lover, he'll become your lover. So whatever. Ye yathamam prapadyanta tam sadeva bhajamyaham. So keep a plate like this with all the different cups and offer it. And you have cooked for 2 hours, offer 10 minutes. And mix rice with rice, sabji with sabji, dal with dal. But one important thing, you have to put tulsi leaf in that. And say, my Lord, if you are interested, we can give mantras also. I say, you offer it 15 minutes, close the curtain. I said, my Lord, please eat. Krishna eats. Otherwise, if you, without offering, if you eat, you are eating the sin, Krishna says. Yajnardat karma anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. I am giving everything and you are not even offering it to me. It will cause bondage, Arjuna. So how to say thanks to Krishna? Offer food, vegetarian. We don't even offer onion garlic, of course, because we know 3 modes we have seen. onion, garlic, they push you in tamogun. Our goal is to come to sattvagun and practice bhakti yoga and go beyond goodness, pure goodness, vishuddha sattva, right? So for that, we don't even do that, but initially a problem, you're putting onion, garlic in some of the dishes, don't offer them. But cultivate the habit of offering something to Krishna initially. Then ABCD, this, right? So A for, what is A? A for?
Association, Prabhuji.
Means what? You can come here and listen like this, and or you can go to a local temple, you can go and you can listen there.
Good and bad association.
Yeah, good and bad, of course, but you should avoid, people, who have very questionable bad habits. You should avoid them. Actually, let me tell you, what is taking association? Being inspired by them. You see somebody in the TV, you're very inspired by them. Even though they're thousands of miles away, you're taking their association. Even a person, your colleague next to your seat, if you're not inspired by him or her, you're not taking their association. Association means being inspired by them. You understanding? So, if you're whomever you're inspired by, you'll follow them unknowingly. So, if you're inspired by devotees, you will become a devotee. If you're inspired by materialists, you'll become a materialist. You have to be careful, right? No. So Rishabhdev says in Bhagavatam, what is it? Mahat sevan dwaram ahur vimukte tamo dwaram yoshitam sangi sangam. You will put yourself into a dangerous situation if you hang on with the unscrupulous people who don't have any morals. Also unnecessarily, if you hang on with the opposite sex, it's also dangerous. You can hang on with your wife, kids, you can hang on with your husband and kids, but not outsiders. Chanakya says, if you're married, accept your husband and wife. Outsider, they're all your, what is that? Matrat paradareshu. For somebody who's married, accept his wife, everyone is a mother. You should treat them like that. Very important. Paradravya shaloshtravat. Others' money as a lump of stool. Atmavat saravuteshu. You should see everyone as spirit soul, not the body. Even a dog is a soul. Even a cat, it's a soul. And a peacock, it's a soul. A pig, it's a soul. A goat, it is a soul. Like us, like brothers and sisters. Atmavat saravuteshu. Yeah, is that? Sa pandita. He's a true pandit who is a true scholar, not degrees. So if you do the offering like this for 1 month, let me tell you, after 1 month, you see the plate, you'll remember Krishna. Your daughter or son goes to college and you see their clothes, you see their shoes, you see their school bag. You'll see them in that. Likewise, when you dedicate a plate, to Krishna exclusively, a month later you'll see Krishna in that plate. So after some time you'll see Krishna in the kitchen, because this kitchen is meant for Krishna's pleasure, not my pleasure. This is how the consciousness change. Krishna consciousness. Like earlier, sometimes I go to people and they wash the utensils there. They also wash their mouth there. Hare Krishna. No, this is a Krishna sink. I wash only Krishna's plates there. This one application, offering food, will bring a lot of difference in your lives and in the lives of your family members. This is Krishna's plate. This is a Krishna sink. These pots are Krishna pots. And initially, when you start chanting, Krishna will come into your life for 10, 15, 20, half an hour, 20 minutes or half an hour. Based on how you chant 2 hours, Krishna is with you 2 hours. Then slowly you start offering, Krishna will be, after puja room, Krishna will come to your kitchen. Then, then you start improving your relations. You start dealing with every one of your family members nicely with Krishna in the center. Your home will be Krishna conscious. believe me, your life will become better, much, much better. So because most of the time we spend time for food, cooking, buying, everything. If you go to the shop to buy foodstuffs for my pleasure, it'll create bondage. I mean, bandha. If you deal with your family, these are my children, my home, my husband, my spouse. It'll create bondage. But same things you do for Krishna. I have sometimes people ask. Everyone, actually, I'm speaking of a very, very important topic. Actually, everyone is listening. I don't want Krishna and Mataji to say alone. Everyone, others.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
This is important. Most of the time, people speak politics. People will talk about Ukraine war. People talk about Corona. Can you do anything? We talk 2-3 hours and I have to go for work now. Waste of time. But if you are politics conscious, you are Corona conscious, are you Krishna conscious? I was also disturbed when I heard about Ukraine war. Then I thought, what can I do? Let me pray for them. Rather than wasting time, what's happening, I can't do anything actually. Sitting far away from that place. A little prayer. Anyway, the point I'm making is, if you keep, Amrita Bindu Upanishad says this, Manayeva Manushyanam Karana Bandha Moksha. Mind is the reason for liberation, mind is the reason for bondage. If you do things for your sense enjoyment, for your pleasure, bondage. No, spirituality is not just for monks, spirituality for everyone. You're all working. How do you translate? You're getting karma out of it. How to make it karma into karma yoga? Or better than karma yoga is, we'll see that, bhakti yoga. How to make your work into bhakti yoga? Listen carefully. So you're listening, right? ABCD, I want to follow. You want to offer, you need Krishna's picture or Murti. Actually, no. Okay, Dr. Uma is there in the call. She's the one, because of her initiative, we started this. So if you come to Rome, she's a doctorate, but she has deities at home, at Rome. So what they do, I go to, so basically we all need home. If you say my home, my children, my bondage. But if you say, okay, I'm a spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. So you invite Krishna in your home. This is Krishna's home. I am living there. So, but Krishna is there. He needs food. He needs to eat. So, by concept of inviting Krishna and offering food means you need money to buy. So your 9-to-5 job will become bhakti by the concept of installing Krishna in your home and offering food. 9-to-5 job has become bhakti now, bhakti yoga now. Right? Then you come home, 6 to 10 o'clock. I told this to, I think, Pramodini Mataji. 6 to 10, my wife, my kids, my husband, my kids, bondage. No, these are definitely mine only, but Krishna given. The moment you bring Krishna in the center, it will spiritualize the relationship. So I was telling yesterday, Prabhuji, husband Prabhuji will cover the homework for the children very responsibly. Then Mataji will cook, they'll do Aarti for 15 minutes. And they recite Bhagavad Gita for 5-10 minutes. And they discuss. They sit on the table and they eat lunch together, dinner together. So if you do this thing, 6 to 10 o'clock, if you, the Krishna center, you deal with your family members affectionately. That is also bhakti, 6 to 10 o'clock. If Krishna is not there, egos will come out. I was telling the other day, practically every marriage in America is love marriage. Means what? I can't wait to see you. It's time is midnight, 12 o'clock. When it will become tomorrow, I can't wait to see you. Then the marriage happens 3 years later. I don't want to see you. What happened? Egos come out. Whatever infatuation that's gone in 1-2 years, then the egos come out. It's not just a story of America, it's a story of India also. People are very educated, they have a lot of egos actually. Male has male ego, female has female ego. Then how do we subdue them? Krishna in the center. So 6 to 10, if you deal with your family members with Krishna in the center, respect. I am progressing in my spiritual life. I will be in this body, human body, only for 60, 70, 80 years, 90 years. Let me help others. Let me give a little bit of affection to others. Let me develop patience. Without tolerance and patience, without forgiveness, there is no relationship in this world. How many of you agree? Without forgiveness and tolerance and patience, you cannot maintain any relationship. Do you agree or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So the point I'm making is respect. And if you sleep with a motive, I want to take rest. I want to give rest to the body so that I will repeat all these things tomorrow. Same thing for Krishna's pleasure. That sleep also becomes bhakti. But for this to happen, after going to bathroom and cleaning the body, come out and bathe your consciousness with the holy name, chant the holy name for half an hour, 20 minutes, 1 hour based on your convenience, like a medicine. You're listening?
Yes, sir.
If you apply, if you are determined to do this from today or tomorrow, 20 years later, you'll have a bank account 20 years. Somebody will say, just give me 1 minute. Then suddenly, hey, this neighbor, he died, he was only 45. I said, I'm 50 now, you'll have fear. No need, no, Krishna, I'm practicing bhakti past 10, 15 years, Krishna will take care. You listening? So we'll end it today. I'm sorry I've taken a little long. Any question or comments? Otherwise, we'll end it.
I have a question, Prabhuji.
Sir.
Once we die, the soul will leave this body and enters a new body. In the next birth, is there any chance of taking a birth in different faith?
Taking birth in a?
Different faith, like different religion or something like that.
Thank you, Raji. Very nice question. Thank you. Amazing. Actually, what happens, Arjuna asks this question to Krishna a little differently. But Krishna says, if I do Bhakti Yoga, Arjuna asks, what if I don't finish it? What if I don't get prema, love of God? And if I die in the middle? Krishna says, no problem. Suchinam Shri Matangahi Yoga Brashto Vijayate. Listen, so you have done 20% in this lifetime. Next lifetime, you will continue in the same faith, 21%. You're listening? Next lifetime, you will continue
Yes,
the
Prabhuji.
faith in the next, continue the same faith next lifetime. This will be there in your heart. But if you do any offenses, or, usually, what is that? If you do any gross offenses, the faith is still there, 20% is still there, it is not gone. It will be there. You will continue from 21%. Your question is a different faith. It depends on your desire. What is your desire? If your desire is, actually, that's why we tell people to look for a guru. Like, if you come to an organization like ISKCON and continue, then you will just take birth again in the because you will be connected to the guru, that parampara, and you'll continue next life. Because of your desire, you want to go forward. It's a bona fide program. And sometimes, somebody took birth in lower faiths. They have performed little pious deeds. They'll come to a very bona fide faith called Bhakti. For sure, it happens. But if you do offenses, gross offenses, you may take birth in different fights, but you will still come back to bhakti. I know people who are actually in our tradition. We have Muslim sannyasis actually. They took birth in Muslim families, but they're sannyasis, ISKCON sannyasis. In fact, the top leaders of ISKCON, they're all either Jewish or Christian, but they're practicing bhakti, bhakti yoga and ISKCON bhakti yoga past 40, 50 years now. So, but one thing is for sure, you will continue from where you left off. But what is that? As I said, that's it. This Prabhu, actually, I cannot say Prabhu because sannyasi was a born Muslim. But today is a sannyasi in ISKCON actually. So because Bhagavad Gita is book of 4 yogas. Bhagavad Gita is meant for everybody. It's a pure technical process. These religions are rubber stamps. Just because you've taken birth in Hinduism, we are Hindu and somebody takes birth in Islam, Muslim, they're Islam. No, that's not like that. And if you take birth in Hindu and start hating others, so the hatred is so high. Then what happens? If you're not following any bhakti process, if you're a little pious, then you'll take birth in next life in some other Muslim country and start hating other religions. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. But if you practice a bona fide process of bhakti yoga, then wherever you are, you'll be connected back to the process. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thanks, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, can I add something on?
What is that?
Can I add something to the same, Prabhuji? Can I ask like this? Is it like your karmic balance is accumulated and carried on further to all our avatars?
What do you mean avatar means?
Avatar means janma, next janma, next janma, like it is all accumulating to the soul, the karmic balance, karma balance.
Your question is your karma balance is accumulated to next lifetimes.
Yes, correct.
Okay, the answer is this. Let me tell you this. Rather than waiting for next life, first of all, we do not know what we have done in the past. So material energy is very powerful, Maya. Of course, Krishna says in Gita, Maya works under his direction, Maya Adhyakshana Prakriti Svete Sachanachanam. So we should not waste this human life. Human life is very rare. So rather than thinking is what will happen in next future lifetimes, we should utilize one purpose at this one lifetime to cleanse all the impurities. And we should try to go back to Godhead. Bharat Maharaj, because of whom India got the name Bharat, he did a small mistake and he became a deer. So the point I'm making is rather than calculating what will happen, how many lifetimes, we have no idea actually. And no, there is no guarantee we leave the world. 2025 will come, we'll get bought in 2026. No, not like that. None of us knew what will happen. So the simple point is one has to be very determined to accumulate the spiritual credits. One has to make a strong endeavor, sincere endeavor to make progress in bhakti. And if you do that, your heart will be cleansed, fully cleansed. You attain bhava stage and prema, you'll go back to Godhead. We do not know, how many lifetimes, how many lifetimes, our what is that? Our karma is spanned, or how many lifetimes, we have no idea. So very, very intricate. Gahano karmana gati, karmana hya vibodhavyam, Krishna says in Gita. The principles of karma, it's very difficult unless Krishna says. But my simple answer to you is rather than waiting to span it over so many lifetimes, let us finish it. Otherwise it will be in a very uncomfortable situation, if not dangerous. That's what I can tell. Any other question or comment?
Pranab, Guruji, I just wanted to ask you that you said that when we are giving prasad, when we offer to God after the aarti gets over, we have that prasad. So whether we should keep something for God or we should, what should we do?
For 15 minutes, Amma. Take a plate, put a tulsi leaf, offer it for 15 minutes and remove it. So 15 minutes is enough for him to eat, and then remove it, and you mix rice with rice, dal with dal, sabji with sabji, and you have to mix it and feed, you eat and feed your family members. Okay?
Yes, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you. And what is that? Dr. Uma will post, Mataji will post the mantras also. If you are interested to follow this, because let me tell you one more thing. We don't directly offer it to Krishna. We give it to our Guru. If you don't have Guru, you know, for those people who don't have Guru, Prabhupada is a founder. So he will take it to his Guru. He'll take it to his Guru. Finally, it will go to Krishna's internal energy, Radharani. What she will do? She says, oh, so much impurity. In fact, this person made gulab jamun for himself only. Just for the sake of offering to Krishna, is offering. So Krishna sees it, he'll not eat also. What she will do? She will remove all the impurity. And she'll sprinkle a little bhakti on that. And she'll give it to Krishna. So Krishna says, hey, so much bhakti. Krishna wants only bhava, right? Bhava grahi janardana. Then Krishna says, tell me honestly, who made this? You only, I know you mixed all the bhakti in this. Radharani says, no, definitely not. That Mataji, she did it. Oh, she has so much bhakti. She says, yes, that's why I should give her blessings. So we approach Krishna through his Antaranga Shakti, internal energy, Radharani, Bhakti Devi. So that's why mantras are important. We'll send it to you. So to all of you, those who want to follow sincerely can do it. Thank you. Any other question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end it today.
నమస్కారం ప్రభుజీ, నేను డాక్టర్ రామకృష్ణ. ఫస్ట్ టైం మీ ఇది కంప్లీట్ గా విని ఐఎమ్ సో మచ్ ఇంప్రెస్డ్. డాక్టర్ ఉమా పరిచయం చేయడం వల్ల మేము ఇది వినగలుగుతున్నాము. నౌ వీఆర్ ఎట్ 52 years ఆఫ్ ఏజ్. ఈరోజు నేను చేంజ్ అవ్వాలి, బాగా ఉండాలి అనుకుంటున్నాను కృష్ణుని కృపతో, మీ సహాయ సహకారాలతో. సో ఇప్పటి నుండి మేము చేసే ఏ పనైనా కానీ కృష్ణుని దయతో చేస్తాము. ఇజ్ ఇట్ ఎనఫ్ ఫర్ అవర్ లైఫ్, అయితే మేము చాలా లేట్ చేసేసామా?
అంటే లేట్ అంటే ఒకటి ఉందండి. మీరు ఎంత సిన్సియర్ అయితే లేట్ అయిందని చెప్పి గట్టిగా పట్టుకున్నారు అనుకోండి, మీరు ఎంత గట్టిగా పట్టుకుంటే, భక్తి అంటే ఏంటంటే భక్తికి జాతి మతాలు కానీ గృహస్థ సన్యాసులని కానీ అదేం ఉండదండి. భక్తి అంటే మీకు ఎంత ఇంటెన్స్ గా భక్తి ఉండి, ఎంత సిన్సియర్ అయితే యూ లెట్ ఇన్ ద పర్ఫెక్షన్. ప్రభుపాద ఏమంటారంటే 1 minute అంటారు. యాక్చువల్ ఎనీబడి కెన్ స్టార్ట్ ఎట్ ఎనీ టైమ్ అండ్ దే కెన్ గో బ్యాక్ టు గాడ్ ఇన్ 1 lifetime, ప్రభుపాద చెప్తారు. అందుకని మీరు గట్టిగా పట్టుకోండి. లేట్ అయిందని పట్టుకుని ఎప్పుడంటే నెగ్లెక్ట్ చేయకూడదు అనమాట. టైం అయిపోయింది, చాలా లేట్ అయిపోయింది, యాక్చువల్గా చాలా తక్కువ టైం ఉంది. అందుకని గట్టిగా పట్టుకుని ఏంటంటే లైఫ్ అంటే ట్రయాంగిల్ అని చెప్పాను కదా. సో వర్క్, ఫ్యామిలీ అండ్ భక్తి అనమాట. మా వాళ్ళు యాక్చువల్గా హైదరాబాద్ లో ఉన్నారు చాలా మంది, ఇక్కడ ప్రపంచం అంతా ఉన్నారు. దే ఆర్ ఎక్సెప్షనల్ సిన్సియర్ అండి. వాళ్ళు దే ఆర్ అమేజింగ్, చాలా బాగా సిచ్యువేట్ అయి ఉన్నారు యాక్చువల్గా. అందుకని ఏదో ఫుల్ టైం చేయను వాళ్ళు ఏం అక్కర్లేదు. మీరు స్థానే స్థిత శృతిగత తనువాన్ మనోబరి, ఎక్కడున్నారు అక్కడే ఉండండి, పరిస్థితిని మార్చకండి. కానీ గట్టిగా పట్టుకోండి, లేట్ అయిందని తెలిసి పట్టుకుంటే ఈ లేట్ అయిన ద పర్ఫెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ లైఫ్ ఇన్ దిస్ లైఫ్. ఏమంటారు? డీటెయిల్స్ కోసం మరి ఉమ్మగారు ఉమాతో మాట్లాడచ్చు. సరేనా? థ్యాంక్ యూ. నమస్తే. ఎనీ అదర్ క్వశ్చన్? లేదంటే మనం ఇవాళ ఎండ్ చేద్దాం. మీకు లేట్ అవుతుంది. ఎనీ అదర్ ప్రశ్న ఏమైనా ఉందా లేదా? ఏదంటే సో అయితే విల్ ఎండ్ ఇట్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. హరే కృష్ణ. మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చే వారం కలుద్దాం. సరేనా?
హరే కృష్ణ.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
హరే కృష్ణ. Thank you.